welcome back to Let's Talk with Sistership Heals. My name's Leanne, spiritual life coach, energy healer and psychic medium. So before I get into today's video, I'd like to say a big thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you and welcome. I'm really glad that you guys are actually enjoying the content, enjoying the videos that I am actually providing for you. With that being said, if you have any video suggestions or any topics or any questions that you would like me to answer within my videos or do a video on, by all means email me. My email will be in the description for you to contact me, and yeah, send them across and let me go through them and see what I can provide you guys to support you on your journey. This is I'm doing this all to support you guys on, you know, your spiritual healing journey and to help people see the truth and awaken to what needs to be healed, what needs to be looked at, the truth, coming out of illusions here. So today I thought we would talk about healing our lineage, generational healing. I thought that would be a good place to lead on from last week. So this is a video for everybody. A video for everybody to tap into and see about healing generational karma, trauma and things of that nature. So because when we heal ourselves, we're not only freeing ourselves from the present of what's going on in our life and everything, we're actually rewriting patterns that were established or took place in past generations and what could take place in future generations. So if you think of it as, your granddad may be a person of anger and he liked to drink a lot, and that was passed down in your bloodline to your father, and it's something that you're aware of, and it's something that you dibble dabble in terms of drinking, and you realize there's a pattern of anger that you get triggered easily. So this is a generational pattern that needs to be healed within the lineage here. There's something going on that, so you will start to look at different patterns of behavior within the family, what works and what doesn't work, and what's not working is generally the things that you actually could start healing, and you will be able to heal not only yourself but give releasing that attachments to your forefathers from the energetic cords that you have attached, the attachment that you have in that regard, and again for future generations to come. So we'll look at what generational healing is, what it means to heal, how it shows up in our life, and how things play out once you do start the healing process as well, the things that you will notice within your life here. So it wasn't so long ago that I was on this journey of reflecting on some of the things what was going on in my family, what was a running theme in our family that we needed to heal. And one of them come up was with the women in our family. We are strong, we are resilient, we hold everything together, the home, the children, the emotions, the chaos, everything. But there was one pattern that seemed to play out, that seemed to echo in the last couple of generations, and that is the fact that we have all become single parents. At one point of time we've become single parents. So when I sat with this, not from a place of shame or guilt, because there is a lot of shame or guilt when I know I felt it when my marriage broke down, that I felt quite a lot of shame that it didn't work out. So I didn't come from that place because I already healed that aspect of the relationship and my attachment towards him and my connotation when it comes to marriage. But I looked at it from a place of curiosity and a place of healing. And I realised that it wasn't by accident. I realised the fact that we are nurturers by nature, the women in our family. And that's generally speaking, us women are, generally speaking, nurturers. But we really gave, we fixed, we loved deeply. And for generations, that had been our superpower. It had been our superpower, but it had also been our downfall. The women before me gave everything to love. They poured so much into their partners that couldn't necessarily meet them where they were at. They sacrificed, they loved, they sacrificed, they held it together, with the hope of their partner changing, recognising all what they were doing, and hoping that their partner would change. And this makes me think of my own marriage, the fact that it got to a point where, you know, as you do when you feel as though things are not working out, you try to have several conversations with your partner. So I did have one of the conversations I had with my husband at the time, saying to him, what's happening? Like, what are we doing here? Things are not working. Can we get on the same page? I can't do this by myself. I'm struggling here. I'm drained. And for the first time in a long time, he was actually honest with me. And he turned and said, Leanne, I need to sort myself out before I can actually start to heal us. And that brought me great clarity, great awareness. One, the fact that he was actually acknowledging that he played a big role of the downfall of our marriage. Two, that he was actually acknowledging that he needed to heal. And three, that he was actually being truthful in the fact that he wasn't ready to heal our marriage because he needed to focus on or work on himself. But it was also knowing the fact that knowing him, knowing his ways, he wasn't ready to heal. He wasn't ready to start working on himself. So at that point in time, it was actually a big wake-up call to me, knowing the fact that there was no hope for our marriage. Although I didn't leave then. I still, you know, took time to process and, you know, work things out in my mind, because it just wasn't me within this marriage. We collectively had 5 children together. So it was a lot to work through. So what happens when you actually begin to heal your lineage? You actually start to see the patterns of behaviour before it actually plays out. You start to see the signs. You are coming into awareness. You have that awareness that this is the road that you're actually leading me down, and I'm not willing to go there anymore. I've healed that, and I'm looking forward. So you're able to say no or put boundaries in place. Another thing is that you start to recognise the fact that giving isn't meant to drain you. You are no longer drained, because it's a thing where energy flows in both directions. There's a balance. There's a balance of energy flowing here. So when you're ready and you do the deep work, because not everybody is called to do the generational healing. That's one thing. So don't feel as though because I'm doing this video and it comes up, you know, if it doesn't resonate with you, or if you're not ready yet, that is by all means, it's fine. Everybody is at their own pace, and not everybody is on that journey of generational healing. You might feel as though you want to heal certain aspects that have come up within your life that have, to a certain degree, not played out in your forefathers or anything like that, and you want to begin there. That's fine. You begin where you feel as though you're ready and comfortable, because it can get messy and you do need support at times and everything. So you do you do as you feel here. But when you do the deep work, the shadow healing, the ancestral healing, and you start to clear the energetic cords. I've spoke about energetic cords in my previous videos. The cords that, you know, you have energetic cords to the people that you are in contact with, that you have connection with. This energy flows freely if everything is off balance. When things are not off balance, they can become cloudy, knotted, and energy is not flowing freely here. So when you have that awareness that you have energetic ties to your forefathers, which so through your bloodline, through these energetic cords here, you are reenacting in a different scenario certain traumas, certain patterns of behavior that they actually that took place in their life, that they had, and it's now presenting themselves in your life. Things that you've learnt, things that come down your lineage here. So you will then have the awareness to say no, to put boundaries in, to say no, I recognize this is not the road that I'm going down, and this is what leads you into alignment, leads you into your own authenticity here, brings you back to the raw basis of your DNA, of your power, of the love and the wisdom that runs through your DNA here. So when you start to clear out the energetic cords and, like I said, do the shadow work and the ancestral healing here, you begin to access wisdom. wisdom from your higher self, wisdom that have been buried in your DNA here. Your higher self starts guiding you towards your purpose in life. For those of you that feel a bit aimless, that you're not too sure what you're meant to do, where you're meant to go, where's life taking you in a sense, or you're not happy in your job and certain aspects of your life here, things start to fall into place where you know what your purpose is in life, and you feel as though you have a greater self-worth and greater meaning, and you actually are really feeling your connection with the divine. You have divine worth, and you feel it now, you see it now. So another thing is that you don't chase, you attract. You don't overgive, you allow. And you certainly don't ignore the red flags. You do not ignore the red flags at all. You honour your intuition here. And it makes me think, even as a healer and as a coach, that I still attract lower vibrational energies here at times when it comes to men, when it comes to dating. And that is because they are, they are attracted to my healing energy. What I give, because I'm a nurturer, I'm a giver, I love deeply. They can feel that energy off me. They can feel my healing energy off me. And sometimes, these are good looking men that I've come into contact with that want to date me and everything. And part of me, at certain times, part of me thinking, oh my gosh, I cannot wait till the time is right for me to rip your clothes off and do a couple of rounds with you. But when I have a conversation with them, whether it's initial conversation after meeting them or on the phone, I'm picking up energies here. It's flowing. I'm very empathetic, I think they pronounce it, and so I'm picking up the energies, and I am knowing that this isn't the energy that I want to be around. This is something that I do not want it to be. I do not want him to be in my energy field. I know where this is leading. And it's recognizing the fact that you will have awareness that these people that you come into contact with are attracted to your light after you've done the healing. And they're seeking healing themselves, but they're not actually willing to put in the work. They're just willing to use your energy, your high vibrational energy, to make them feel good, to make them feel loved and nurtured and safe and secure and everything. So with doing the work, or by doing the work, you will then be able to protect yourself. You will see this as a protection rather than rejection. Oh, it didn't work out with that one. Oh, whatever the case may be here. And that is the beauty of healing the lineage. You no longer repeat, you actually redirect. You're transmuting the energy that was flowing from your forefathers. You transmuted that energy with love into something different here, because we are all energy. So you're just transferring that energy, that lesson learned, recognizing it, ticking it off is ticked, and I'm in alignment and I'm living in my purpose now, and I'm going down this road. So it's like I said, so it was just me bringing it up to show awareness of the fact that you will still continue to at times attract low vibrational energies, but you will have the awareness to recognize that and see that this is not something that you would want to that's not aligned with you anymore. You can say no. And you feel quite comfortable saying no. So so when you do the healing, it's about, setting the boundaries that your ancestors never could, choosing self-worth instead of self-sacrificing here. It's saying no when your bloodline is used to saying yes. Generational karma, trauma, whatever you want to call it, is not about punishment. It's energy seeking balance. It's the echo of unfinished lessons, the lessons that your forefathers were unable to learn. So it's now in hindsight that that you've been reincarnated to learn those lessons. It's within your bloodline now, and it's for you to, in a sense, be in alignment in your purpose, in your authenticity here, and it transforms from you, transforms with you. So for example, if your lineage carries issues of abandonment, control, scarcity, of silence, maybe lack of communication, you might find yourself meeting those types of people, or those or these situations are presenting themselves, and this may bring up wounds, may trigger you here, and you may even feel safe within these situations or with these types of people, because your nervous system recognizes that pattern as something that you have been involved in, and it's a sense of safety here. But this is your nervous system needing to reset. With generational healing, your nervous system will reset in a sense of that those situations are not safe. I now provide myself with a new sense of safety. You can hear my dog in the background. So I've got a few reflection prompts for you now. The first one is, what patterns do I see repeating across generations? What family patterns do I see repeating across generations? The next one is, what stories about love, success and safety was I taught, and do they still serve me today? What stories about love, success and safety was I taught, and do they still serve me today? The next one is, where in my life am I overgiving, overfixing, or taking responsibility for others' healing? Where in my life am I overgiving, overfixing, or taking responsibility for others' healing? I hope this helps you guys. By all means, pause the video if you want to start journaling while you're watching. But in closing, guys, when we're healing, we're not just breaking generational curses or trauma or karma here. You're actually setting the tone for future generations to come. Like I said, your children, your future relationships, and your entire energy field here is shifting. It will shift here. You awaken the DNA, like I said, to new frequencies, one rooted, and it will be rooted in self-love, boundaries and divine worth, knowing your worth. And it will be one of those things where you can actually hold yourself accountable, like, no, I'm not doing that, because not only the fact that you know where it leads you, but you know that you're worth a lot more, so you're not going to be putting yourself in certain situations or around certain people. So it's a really beneficial thing to be doing this generational healing. So if you're on this journey of healing your lineage, keep going, because every time you choose peace over chaos, truth over illusion, you're rewriting your family's history here, and that is healing. That is powerful healing at play. And if this message resonates with you and you're ready to go deeper, you can check out my one-to-one healing and coaching sessions, where I can help you release certain patterns of behaviour, or even just to recognise the certain patterns of behaviour, as well as releasing the energetic attachments, in order for you to step into your authentic power. My link will be in the descriptions below. Have a lovely week. Thanks for watching. Bye.